Getting mail is something great, especially when I get to unpack new toys again. It's even better when there's a sweet extra hidden in the package alongside the great tools. That makes unpacking even more fun. Unfortunately, it's always gone so quickly. But today it's not about Spanish sweets, but about the topic of edge grinding. But before I start, I have a small request to you. If you like my videos, then I would be happy if you would leave a small comment. On the one hand, I'm always happy about your feedback, and on the other hand, it helps my videos not to get lost in this daily social media video flood. Thanks for that. But on to the sanding, the actual topic of this video. How do you sand your edges? Do you just take a piece of sandpaper in your hand and start sanding? Or maybe you even have a small or large electric helper that makes your work easier. If so, that's great. But not all work can be done by a machine. Some fine details have to be sanded by hand. We will never get around that. You can make your own small sanding block for this purpose. Simply glue sandpaper in different grids on a piece of wood. And off you go. Inexpensive but not very practical, because at some point the paper has to come off the wood to replace it. But there are other possibilities. For example, these soft, flexible, disposable sanding pads. They are very reminiscent of nail files and also have their advantages. Now, don't run off and raid the bathroom cabinet. These parts are definitely having different grids than your nail line shapers. And what I don't like about them anymore, they are disposable, and that doesn't really fit into our time. As you could easily see at the beginning, I bought this edge sanding wedge. Why I didn't think of it earlier, I don't really know, especially since these parts have been around like forever. The little mouse fits wonderfully in the hand, light and not clunky at all. The tapered shape is ideal for working on curves and inside leather edges. They are made of hardwood. The screwed clamping jaw makes it easy to replace worn sandpaper in no time. What more could you want? Cheap, handy and good looking. At least I think so. The sanding wedge consists of a few parts. There's a metal screw and a kind of clamping jaw, which is screwed onto the wooden wedge from behind. By tightening the screw, it is then ensured that the paper tightens and lies smoothly against this wooden wedge. By the way, you can make these sandpaper strips very easily and inexpensively with the help of the enclosed template. I found this wedge again at Leatherartisanlab.com. Maybe you have already noticed that this store is one of my favorite stores. Not only because the delivery within Europe is no problem at all, but also because the tools stand out pleasantly from the usual mass-produced gods. If you do not know the online store yet, then it's time. Just follow the link, Leatherartisanlab.com, a store from a leather artisan for leather artisans. I have just mentioned the enclosed template. So that I do not lose this paper strip, I quickly made myself one out of cardboard. You can also take plastic or similar. I must admit, I always find it handy to have stencils that you need more often, not only in paper form. And I admit, I would misplace a thin strip paper like this all the time. Nope. I'm not scatterbrained or messy, but let's put it this way. Sometimes creative chaos reigns on my workbench. Did I say sometimes? Anyway, you know what I mean. Hey, stop now, stop. That's fake news. Jesus. Anyway, this template lets you make lots of little strips on the fly. All you need is a cutter and a 5mm punch and a cutting pad, and off you go. The whole thing is assembled by putting the screw through the clamping block. Put the sandpaper on the screw, which is put together to a loop. Now only the wooden wedge is missing. Screw everything tight and tighten. Ready for the next meters of punishment, grinding work of course. In conclusion, one thing can be said. We all can't get around the topic of edge sanding, except for those of us who like the edges rather rough and coarse on purpose. And there's nothing wrong with it. I for one like my little sanding mouse. It will never replace the big machine, but as a supplement from now on indispensable. In fact, I like it so much that I need a second one right away, one for coarse and one with very fine paper for resanding. So equipped, I actually lack nothing on my workbench. Oh, and one last thing. The screw is magnetic, and if you have such a magnetic bar above the workbench like I do, you will love this thing even more. Maybe it also helps me to keep everything in order. If you are looking for more tips and tricks around the leather hobby, then you find them on my website or on this channel. Blog posts, schedule of events and lots of videos that makes working with leather easier. Oh, while we're at it, you have probably already pressed the red subscribe button, haven't you? Why not? No, but seriously, there is only one click, and if you click on the bell symbol afterwards, you won't miss a new video. Then we will see each other again real soon. For today, I thank you for watching, and now off to the workbench. Grinding, cleaning up, or whatever. See you soon.